Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are gonna be playing Remember the Flowers again. As we last left off when we're at Cooper's house and he left for doing some task or something and we just slept. But we also gonna have a recap, I believe, on this, so let's just get going on the story then. Finally, a moment to process everything that's happened. I give my eyes a really good rubbing, letting the color swirl around my eyelids. What a weird day. I inhale one more time to ground myself. Alright, let's figure some stuff out. I sit up and get myself together, briefly going over everything. Concrete. The Ally. My memories. And Cooper. Yeah, this music's kind of scary. Someone left me in the Ally, and I guess for at least a day or two. I wonder, why didn't they come back for me? My memories comes in at random times. Most are briefly flashes. I thought sleeping would trigger longer memories, but last night I didn't remember anything. I hope they are not random. I like to find a concrete strategy to get them back. Cooper. As for Cooper, he's kinda an asshole. I mean, I guess a bit. He also take care of me. Yeah. I don't really know what to make of him. I mean, I really hope that, like, we could be, like, friends or, more. I know it's the worst timing to make jokes like this, but I mean, kinda. I still don't trust him fully yet, because he's way too secretive. Oh wait, that's kinda maybe true a bit. The wolf has his moments though. I'll give him that. I look around his apartment, protectively at those crates. There's a chance something's in there could be useful. He said it was mostly junk, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. Ugh, I'm already becoming a dumpster diver. I don't even know how he lives like this. He clearly makes some kind of money. He tells me he's an escort of kind. For some context clues, I said that he's more of a mercenary, a desperate one, at that. Taking a job to bribe a amnestic man home seemed bottom of the barrel. I chuckled to myself over the absurdity of the situation we both found ourselves in. Then I stop and think about the situation itself again, with more scrutiny. Cooper says that he was able to find me from my blood, which I guess makes sense. He had a gun up, so maybe he thought an assailant was still around. It happened all a little too quickly, though. The more I think about it, the creepier the situation looks. Cooper was adamant about not being caught by guards. What would they be guarding? They weren't cops. If anything, it'll make sense to take some type of authority. I get up from the couch and start to pace around the room as I get deeper into my own theorizing. Things aren't adding up right. I don't think he's lying to me, but he's obviously not telling me the whole truth either. Wait, yeah, why were we running from? He wants to take me to restroom, but what the hell is that? Like again, it could be the bathroom. Well, actually, I have no idea. What even is it? Is it like a safe organization thingy or something? The sanctuary for humans, he said. So, I guess a human place thingy? Hopefully, hope it's not bad. Whatever that means. I'm getting antsy again. What else do I know? The Aximum? If I can get my hands on it, I could probably search for all sorts of things. Wait, no. Cooper says he needs to register me in it. God damn it. My racing thoughts pick up along with my pacing. Wait, the Aximum. He used that right after he found me. He got information from the employer. Information about me. I stopped in my tracks. Wait a sec. That MF. That asshole knows more and more about me than I do. I bet that son of that bee even knows my name. I go from pacing to walking speed with raising annoyance. He has contact who's obviously knows about me. How else how else would they identify me? Just as long white-haired man with a lot of scars? A lot of people have scars. Cooper has scars, for God's sake. No, they had to told him my name, and a lot more about me. What's worse is that if I confront him, he would just say it's classified. Imagine that, my own name being classified. I can't even be allowed that. God, what the F? Uh, now they starting. Okay, now I'm starting to be worried now. Like, I don't know. Now I don't know. Like, just bro talking or thinking just making me starting to worry that Cooper's gonna be a bad person. I really like Cooper, but like, please don't make Cooper a bad person. I don't want him to be bad or evil. My stamina starts to run out, and I flopped back on the couch. I grabbed the cushion I was sleeping on last night before and just effing screamed into it. My little fit doesn't last long as I start to feel fatigue. I slumped against the couch and laugh. Seriously, can't even tell me my own name? I sigh and feel defeated. Looking around, I feel some form of concept for that wolf. I'm in his apartment, wearing his clothes, eating his food. I mean, yeah. At this point, I don't know, it's hyperbole to say that he owns me. Parts of me thinks that I'm overreacting, but due to the fact that he knows more than me than I do, I think I deserve to get a bit upset. You know what? No, he can clean up his own shit. I am tired and weak, and I don't know why am I offering to help him. I cross my arms and sit up on the couch. Then I'll take a look around. Hmm, there's really not that much else to do around here. I tap my fingers on my knees. As tired I am, I will immediately be very bored just sitting around here. I'm so desperately want to take a nap, but if I'm gonna fix my sleep schedule, I should try to stay up. Ugh. I resign myself to my fate yet again and make my way over to the crates Cooper left me. Okay, well, it's not like I'm doing this to help him. I'm doing this so I don't go crazy with boredom. I nod as I convince myself. That aside, I expect the crates. They look to be made with some kind of metal. Each one of the keypad on them, but the screens are all green. I assume that's because Cooper unlocked them for me. The ones in the alley look similar too. Must be a common meaning of storage around here. Either that or Cooper just joined these and took ownership. Would be surprised. I huff at that wolf and his living habits. In that case, these should keep me entertained for the coming hours. Not really thinking too much about the order. I just picked the first one on my left. The top pops are smooth at the hinge. It kind of reminds me of a treasure chest. I'm a bit perplexed at the contents. Certainly not booty. I tried to tip over the crate, but my arms aren't strong enough for that. Letting out all the annoying groan, I scoop up a few things and lay them on the floor. They look like scraps of bigger pieces of technology. Is he like building something? There were hunks of metal glorks and some pieces of tech I have no hope of comprehending. I'm starting to think I'm starting to think a bit off more than I can chew. I can't really organize them if I don't know what they are. Just kind of looks like junk to me. Cooper's starting to look less like a wolf, and maybe more as a pack rat to me. I have to be careful moving these around. There are some sharp edges and explosive wires on some pieces. Oh, not explodes. Expose. There are some sharp edges and exposed wire on some pieces. Guess he didn't think this through. Wait, what if we accidentally burn Cooper's house? And then, like, if Cooper used that pod thingy, like, how would that work? Or, like, oh, yeah, like, so what happened if this place burned down? And then if you use that same key to open the door, like, will you teleport here too as well? For a moment, the thought of using one of these long shards as a weapon crossed my mind. I shake my head. As desperate as I am, I'm not that stupid. Koopa would easily overpower me. I have to wonder if I ever have experience in self-defense. A memory pops up in my head. Diana absolutely crushing me in an exploration match, she suggested. Guess not. I sort them out by two piles, parts and device. Parts are mainly junk, but who knows? Cooper might need them for something. Not that I'm doing this for him, obviously. Ugh. Half through, I realize something. How am I gonna organize these inside the crates itself? I can feel a headache on the rise. This is so stupid. I think that, but I keep going. At this rate, I'm almost looking forward to making it to a restroom. Probably more exciting than this. I chuckle to myself. I could feel like a kid who was dropped off at a abandoned daycare. I'm nearly done with the context of this box. As expected, most of it just looks like junk. However, something near the bottom catches my attention. I lean over to pick it up. It feels more like a tablet I will have to use. A bitly clear difference. The screen itself looked like a black border with a completely transparent middle. The buttons on the sides are the only part of the contraption that clues me in that is some kind of screen. I shift to a crisscross position as I attempt to figure out how to operate it. Let's hope there's no passcode or anything. The button seems to work, but nothing pops up on the screen. Who knows when this thing was charged last? Now that I'm thinking about it, there weren't many cables or cords in this box. The device doesn't seem to have any ports for one to be insert anyways. How does this function then? I tap on the screen mindlessly, trying to elect some sort of response. What do I know about the technology here? I know Cooper Axiom, but that's about it. Wait, it's Axiom. It's solar powered, he said. Kind of, were his exact words. Maybe I just need to... I get up and walk to the only window in this place. Huh? I guess we're high up. It must be an actual apartment complex. I honestly thought I was some ground floor motel he found himself in. Messing aside, I hold the tablet thing against the window for a moment. Nothing happened, and I start to get discouraged. But then, it beeps and lights up. Oh my gosh! I nearly dropped it. The screen itself is almost too bright. The screen adjusted soon after, easing up on my eyes. Stare at it for a while. Sure enough, it needs a passcode, but the background is what captivates me. There were 5 figures on the screen, Cooper being one of them. Wow, he must be old. He almost looks happy. He's being held in a headlock by a big white tiger. The tiger is almost headlocking someone else, a human. He looks like a rowdy guy. Yo, we need face reveal to be honest. The hyena on the right. She seems to be edging him on. Family. On the very left beside Cooper, there's a deer shaking his head. I'm kind of dumbfounded. Cooper obviously has a life, and I have to wonder what, what happened to it. I just say he's blushing underneath that tiger's arm. Oh, not that I blame him. Oh my goodness. He looks strange without his scars. It must have been from a while ago. Well, I guess this wasn't a total waste. I'm sure he would be happy to have a mental like this. Oh, what the?
Water activated.
I once again nearly dropped the tablet as I hear something over the appearance apartment intercom. Wait, water? Activated? Oh, wait! Did Cooper turn on the water? That means I can finally take a shower! I generally set the table on the windowsill to let it charge, then speed walk my way over to Cooper's bathroom, with a big smile plastered on my face. I mean, you still gotta take off the ammo box thingy. It took me longer than I will have liked to clear out all of the illumination Cooper stored in the bathtub. Seriously, if he resort to using his bathroom like this, I really have to wonder what he keeps in his room. Even though I've worked up a good sweaty move everything, I don't mind. I feel like I accomplished something. Now that I have a working shower to myself, I could care less too. Expecting the rest of the bathroom, there seems to be 2 towels. I hope they're washed. I'm not gonna risk smelling them though. Blech. Now that I'm thinking about it, most of this looks like stuff we had back home. The idea of this reality being some kind of simulation crosses my mind again. Funny enough, that's what be the most logical explanations for everything happening right now. Though I given up on waking up. With some hesitation, I strip off my turtleneck, avoiding the mirror over the sink. I don't need any body dysmorphia right now. Hmm. The shower's alright, but not exactly sure how to operate it. The faucet for the bathroom looks normal, and so does the shower head. But there was no handles or dials. It's basically just a wall of tile. I try knocking against the tile to see if anything happened. Nothing, obviously. Man, what the F? I finally get the chance to shower and I'm not even sure how to use it. Where's Cooper when you need him? Not that it happens often. Actually, I need him for every step of the way so far, but that's beside the point. Wait, that's it. I was just trying to put myself in Cooper's shoes to see how he's going about this. Even though he doesn't wear shoes. I'm distracting myself again. I need to figure out how this damn thing works. Cooper seems to use his Aximon for everything. Maybe there's a piece of technology in here that operates the shower? Turn on the sink briefly, getting startled by myself in the reflection. I still look like bloody hell. Oh, well, these kind of casual encounters with my appearance should help vigilate future anxieties. At least, that's what I'm telling myself. I shake my head to focus once more, then I look through some of the nearby cabinets. There are some things that look like toiletries, I think. Bottle and lotions. I guess those are very universal concept. Some looks like the canister Cooper keeps his water in. Curiously, I slid my finger on top and smelled that content. It's kind of floral. Think of shampoo. There's a decent amount in there, and I could definitely use a bit for my hair. Oh my gosh, are we using Cooper's soap? Cooper's soap? Will he miss it? Probably. Actually, I had to wonder if he knew he had shampoo at first place. Well, that would be nice. Well, that was a nice find, but I still need to find a way to operate the shower. Ruffling through the rest of the cabinets is fruitless. Though there are some deodorants somewhere else, but I guess that's more of a human thing. The shampoo, with the shampoo being more, with the shampoo being only my broom, I close the cabinets to turn around. I look towards the mirror, this time with more confidence. I choose to not dwell on the reflection as I stick my hand under the mirror itself and pull. The mirror moves open like a door. Huh? That pretty old-timesy to have a medicine cabinet like that. Although, it's not exactly sure why consulants of old-timesy around of these parts. Unlike the cabinets, this seems promising. There's a yellow fur covered brush, along with some toothbrushes. Sadly, just canine toothbrushes. I doubt they don't do me any good. I don't even want to think about what canine toothpaste tastes like. Probably not good. Or maybe it's just the same? Don't know. Brushes aside, there's something that catches my eye. It looked like a smartphone. Smartphone? I pick it up and try to fidget with it, while still being cautious. Wouldn't want to blow anything up or something. To my surprise, it lights up almost instantly. If I'm right, it's exactly what I'm looking for. The screen has a gadgetable label water along with the slider on the bottom set in the middle. Half blue and half red. Oh, there we go. Jeez, these guys need tablets just to use their showers? I can't tell if that boozy or just lazy. I pause. Both, probably. I guess. Looking over the screen, it seems rhythmically enough. The big button that I'm guessing is the spark button. As one does with big buttons, I press it. Oh my goodness! After a slight pause, bathtub magically start pouring out water. I go to feel it, and it's liquid water. I slide the assumed temperature slider left and right to gabble the feel. It changed temperature pretty fast. It's kind of cool. Although, unless the tablet's waterproof, I'm sure how you adjust it in mid-shower. I decided to not test it, just in case, and slide it almost to the end of the red side. Steam start filling the room as the cake stools of hot water. There's another option that could be turned off and on. Tap it and the factory stop before the shower head starts. Damn, look at that. Maybe I can be somewhat independent. I smile at my small accomplishment and set the tablet back on the sink. Once I pass, once I get my pants off, I met with my final nemesis, my underwear. Dun dun dun. Even in the dressing room, I didn't take them off. Unlike my face and chest, I'm not particularly nervous as to what I look like down there. Oh my gosh, are we a girl? I'm more curious than anything. With a half shrug, along with the increasing application of the hot shower, I go for it and slide them off. Everything looks fairly normal to me, disregarding the white hair. One last concernly remained. I know it's hard, but I take my thumb and measure it down to the tip. Huh, I'm bigger than I remembered. Wow, so we are a guy. I chuckled to myself before I finally went in the shower I longed for. The thoughts crossed my mind that due to my lack of pain, some other sense might be doable. Thankfully, it's not the case with hot water. This feels absolutely wonderful. I could probably make it hotter, but even if I can't feel the pain, it would be good for my skin. Even so, ah, I can practically feel the years melted away. I snout, sounding like the old man Cooper thinks I am. To be fair, Damian used to make fun of my lack of stamina even back then. I'll need to make him proud by getting my strength back up. I sighed before shaking my head. As much as I miss him, I need to stay positive. I'll figure out a way back to him. One shower at a time. It takes a while to dry all of my hair after exiting the shower. The shampoo was so hard to rinse completely out, which makes sense. I should have used common sense and realized it was meant for canines. But it was worth an effort. My hair feeling silky and soft. Ooh, that's nice. I wrap the towel around my waist and stands in front of the mirror. Not sure why I thought I look less weird with a head full of damp hair. I debate on using Cooper's fur brush, but decide against it. I'd rather not smell like him anymore than I have to. After scooping up my clothes, I make my way back to the living room. Guess once I'm dried, I'll have to put these on again. Ugh, that's kinda gross. I don't know how cartoon characters can wear the same clothing every day without incident. I set them on the armrest of the couch. The least I can do is let them air out a bit. I plop my skinny butt back on the couch and take a breather. Man, that shower took a lot out of me, in a good way. It was a relaxing experience I desperately needed. I wish I had a hair tie or something, though. My hair is almost dry, but still heavy from the water. Not to mention my hair is making me a bit of a mess, which I should have thought of. I get up from the couch and yeah, the back of it is damp now. Oops. I'll probably dry it then by the time when Cooper get back. I wonder how he's doing. Hope he's okay. I grumbled to myself. I guess I'm not so good at being independent yet after all. It takes about 20 minutes for me to dry off completely. Rubbing all of my hair with a towel was kinda of exhausting, and now I look extra fluffy. The temptation of using the dog brush grows. I let it go. My hair will settle at some point, hopefully. Not wanting to get into my sweaty clothes quite yet, I opt to just wear my underwear for a while. Cooper is not gonna get back for a long time anyways. Imagine watch him come back right now. Once I give myself a good stretch section, I circle back to the remaining crates. The junk crates has been picked clean, and barely any worthwhile in it. I'm both cautious and skeptical about the rest. The thought crossed my mind that I could do Cooper's dishes for him now that the water is back on. The annoying thing is that I actually like doing dishes, but I'm not giving Coopers any reason to talk down to me anymore. So instead, I set out to sort through his trash. Wow, this really is a lose-lose situation. At the very least, there's a chance I could find something useful. Just a chance, though. I sighed loudly before picking the crates to shift though. To my surprise, it feels pretty light. I can move it around with ease and probably pour the content out of this time. Curious once more, I opened the lid. Uh, huh? It's full of clothes. Oh, is that a good thing, I guess, or a bad thing? Clothes I don't think Cooper would wear. Oh, my curiosity fades with replacement with worry. Flipping the content out of the cabinet, I met with a mash of everything. There are even a few pairs of shoes. Okay, we're really going to have to talk about his hoarboarding habits. Surely most of the trash is organized from what I've seen, but why keep the trash to begin with? I sift through the articles of clothing. It's kinda creepy. There are several pairs of pants along with a few fair pairs of shorts. He even has underwear in here. What the F? Wait a sec. Cooper said I could have whatever I found in these things. Well, yeah, he did say that. Wait, so does it mean that we can keep the tablet and we can keep these clothings here? I bet Cooper. Okay, okay. I bet that Cooper, when he found us that we using his tablet, he's gonna be like so jealous and he want it back. I bet for that for sure. Or if he's gonna be like, oh no, you can't keep that because that's my memory. Too bad because you told us we can keep it. Cooper said I could have whatever I found in these things. I'm sure that was some failed attempt to get rid of some of this junk. But if there's actual clothes in here I could wear, then just might be a treasure chore. Motivation is hell of a drug. I think to myself as I start organize all of the potential new outfits. I have everything neatly arranged on the floor in about 15 minutes. Sadly, most of the clothes look too big for me. I hate being such a twig. It doesn't help that some of these were clearly for certain species of beastmen. Still, I was able to salvage a t-shirt and a pair of shorts that don't look awful. I smelled them, and thankfully, they don't seem like they have been worn much. Just a bit musty, which I can deal with. I wouldn't go out in public in something like this, but at least, the very least, they make a good pajama. The outfit Cooper bought me is nice and all. I'd rather not sleep in it. Too sweaty for my taste. There doesn't seem to be a washer and a dryer around here, so I should limit how much I should wear my clothes. Once I get my makeshift casual fit on, I decide to look through the shoes I found. There were two pairs of boots, some dress shoes, and sneakers. I don't exactly have very big feet. Considering how most of the clothes were on me, I'm not getting my hopes up. Surprisingly, all but one of the pair of shoes fit me well enough. Maybe a little tight on the dress shoes and big on the boots, but definitely wearable. The sneakers fit almost perfectly, even though they were a bit dirty. Still, as much as I like the snazziness the dress shoes bring to the table, they wouldn't be a good idea for the long journey ahead. I'm not in the position for valuable style for functionality. Boots made some more sense. They provided some decent protection. For comfort perspective though, I think I will go with the sneakers. Maybe Cooper have extra bag somewhere I can bring my own stuff in. Said stuff being second-hand clothing and maybe a toothbrush. Still, it's nice to call some things my own. Even if they were kind of giving to me, and by a strange man no less. Regardless, it's a start. I fold all of my extra clothings back up and lay them down in the crate, intentionally creating twice as much space in the thing. I know he's a holder, but this is ridiculous. Where does he found these stuff? Maybe I should ask to go along with his dumpsters diving ventures. Then I can at least find things that are 100% mine. Although that would imply I have seen him in the past week. Alright, I'm here for one reason, to go to the restroom. I chuckled to myself. Man, I am desperate. Once again, I cave into my desire to kill my boredom and decided to clean the dishes. I give up on trying to convince myself this isn't for Cooper. Mainly because it isn't. He is just lucky he has a bored amnestic who needs to keep his mind busy. I'm not sure how he's getting anything done around here. If he does at all. Wow, am I really thinking him a lot? Yeah, I miss Cooper already. I said, putting down one of the freshly cleaned dishes. I guess that's somewhat reasonable. He's the only one form a contract I have in this place. It makes sense that I cling to any sort of normalcy, especially considering how not normal some of these things around here are. Although that does bring a few questions. Why do some things seem unfamiliar? The clothings I found, the food we eaten, and even the appearance of this building is the furniture in it reminds me of somehow things are in my own life. Well, from what I can remember, that is. Placing the last dish down, I reach behind my back and generously trace around the metal ports enveloped into my spine. Maybe I'm not crazy, but possible this could be a cinemation. Wait, so they say they have like metal holes behind the back. So what is real? I mean, not saying that we're a robot, but like we're like somewhat a test subject, and then we got break free because you know like how I mean I don't know like if you can imagine it, but you know if you're those if human test tubes, there's like some weird tubes or wires that attach them to the back. Are we like that thingy? If you guys know what I'm saying, don't know. Or rather, give the notion that I could have been attached to something. Yeah, with these things, in my past life could have been the simulation. I guess that's could be one way to say it too. There's nothing I can do to prove that Damien or Diana exist after all. Despite it, I shake my head. I'm not letting myself spirit for a second time today. They do exist. My love for both of them isn't something that I made up. The fact that they're all I can remember at this point proves my relationship to them is strong. That's what I tell myself anyways. I take a deep breath to calm myself. In due time, I'm going to see them again. I know it. I take another deep breath, although it breaks into a yawn when I go to exhale. Who will have thought apartment cleaning for a holder along with having multiple existent crises would make one so sleepy? Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any reliability available clock. Cooper probably just used his maximum for that. In that case, I could just use the tablet I found. I need to ask him for the passcode. He did say I could have most of what I found after all. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that Cooper's gonna be like, nah, I need that bag. I might as well get some use out of it. Thankfully, the lock screen has the time on it. It's a little past noon. I've only been up for a few hours, yet I feel totally exhausted. You know what? Screw my sleep schedule. I'm tired. I deserve a nap. I feel like it's been forever since I have one. And who am I to deny myself of one of life's simplest pleasures? Once I make a total non-bad decision of sleeping at noon, I rub my stomach for a sec. I'm not hungry yet, I guess. I can't imagine I'll be out for that long. I was no stranger than eating lunch at 2 p.m. during my undergrad after all. I remember when I told Diana that I consider 11:59 a.m. to be breakfast. Still, she blew a gasket. It didn't help that I woke up 20 minutes before that since I was... What was I doing? Ugh, I can't even have an inner monologue without getting stumped. Okay, that's enough distraction for the afternoon. I deserve a bit of R&R. I get myself comfy on the couch again. It's not super cold in the room, but I drape the blanket across my leg anyways. Still not sure if my body can regulate its own temperature. I need to test the limits of my sense to touch at some point too. But that can come later. For now, I drift off into the well-deserved nap. I'm not sure how long has I been out. No more than a few hours. Even so, I'm starting to wake up. I think someone turned one of the lights in the kitchen. I'm so exhausted that I chalked it up to nothing but dream shenaniganery. But that's when I hear the sound of a door open along with a tickling creak going with it. I can't even flutter my eyelids open. I decide to say F it and try to drift back to sleep. If I die, I die. Mars, see. Hey. Hmm? Please, Mars. Wake up. Just like that, the blanket planted on my head to block out the extra light is torn right off. What? What? And I'm gonna leave it off to there. So, what is actually going on? I'll leave it off right here as we see this mysterious person. I'm just so confused now. Is this us or something? I'm daring. Like, is this us or whatever? Are we like back in the real world or are we just I just don't know. Have I just everything just so happened. I mean, we didn't do much as it's just us cleaning the house and stuff like that, but this is pretty interesting. So I'm gonna be going to the main menu. So yeah, that's mostly everything, guys. What a strange world or something. To be honest, okay, like I'm kind of a bit confused. I think it would explain later, as like right now I'm just I don't know. I miss Cooper already. He's like not there, and we just like cleaning his stuff. And we found out like the iPad stuff, but like after that we fall asleep. Like are we in like a different body now? Or is that like our real self? So I'll just leave it off to that. And I guess I'll just theorize it later because I don't know what's going to go on. So make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you later on the next part for Remember the Flowers. Bye bye.